You live in the night, Josh?
Should I patch the photographer in with Brennan?
Yeah.
Okay. Make sure I don't want no issues.
When you get back, Joshy?
Saturday morning, like 10-ish, I think. Miss Delta says otherwise.
So Melissa can do 1:30.
She do.
Okay. So you want to do 11 or you want to do 12? 11:30 maybe?
Or you want us to do ours first?
Yeah, because I would have to get we have to get my kids after that.
Okay, I gotta move my hair appointment. I made my hair appointment based off of what Melissa told me yesterday, not thinking about us doing.
Uh, will that
Yes.
work?
It's gonna have to. When she told me 1:30, I thought she was speaking for you as well.
Mhm.
So you guys landing on Friday?
Huh?
You guys are doing Friday after all?
Yes, Friday. They're leaving on Saturday.
Walk it down like I do. Walk it down like I do.
Take it down.
Oh, Patreon changed their app.
The whole app?
It's black now.
They said it's for
Oh God, it's all totally
dark
different.
mode anyway.
I only want you to see more stuff.
Oh, can you browse users now?
What do you mean?
What do you mean see more stuff?
It looks like it's optimized so you see your Patreon feed.
Why does Ava keep falling over? She's just being real lazy these days.
Oh, Ava.
I was like, is Ava DuVernay falling a lot?
Mm-hmm. Oh, Jesus. Did you get your workout in, Kevin?
No, I never work out on Tuesday mornings. If I do work out, it's not on Tuesday.
Well, look at you. Look at you. Oh, no. What did I just do?
See Line of Judah? That's next.
Oh, this is gorgeous. Can we turn a camera to it?
I could just bring it in the middle.
Who did that?
Why are you guys being like this?
It's actually my photo, Angel.
Oh, so it's like you're on stage and you turned your back to the audience and Josh got a shot and you look so cool.
It's actually, yeah, it was a cool.
It looks dumb now,
It
though.
wasn't planned.
I like it.
You stop it.
I do. You got diabetes though.
See my finger on there?
The finger's a little off, but you got the diabetes darkness. That's what happens sometimes.
Oh, stage. Huh? Wow.
Stop, guys. Why are you guys doing this?
I like you. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I bring that in and put it up?
Yeah, but you know it's a new Line of Judah. That's why it's there.
I don't know.
That's the Line of Judah spot.
First of all, I liked Line of Judah.
You are lying.
I did.
You are lying.
Did.
Gonna give it to Mama Dorothy.
My mother would have loved.
It would have gone in a new house.
Oh my God, it would have. Yes.
Put a speaker by it every time we walk by. Just hail, hail, hail.
Why do you know that song?
Lion of Judah,
How wonderful you are.
how wonderful you are.
He's a lion. That's one of mine. When I really want to feel churchy, Donnie McClurkin has a. Actually, I'll just play it since we're just waiting for people to come in for a minute.
Hail, hail, Lion of Judah.
Donnie has a
What
a,
Donnie got?
a medley with Carlton Pearson. It's so doggone
Love a good
churchy.
medley.
I love it.
I want you to put your hands together for the
Trail
one
mix
and only
medley.
Bishop
Carlton
Carlton
Pearson.
He was my,
Love
my guy.
Carlton Pearson.
Yes.
Love.
My favorite preacher.
Love him. When he commented on the Playmakers stuff, it was like Michael Jordan saying you're good at basketball.
I was going to move to Tulsa, Oklahoma.
You were gonna go?
Go to Oral Roberts University
Were
so
you
that
were?
I could attend his church. Yes, I was.
I love him. Win the war. We win. We win. Yeah. That's so church. This is the part I'm talking about. When he won't win the war, we win. We win. Yeah. Did you watch Come Sunday?
No,
The movie about him on Netflix?
no. When did that come out?
A couple years.
Is
Sunday.
it still there?
Right. Sorry.
Oh, this is not the Donnie McClurkin part.
Came out
This is
Sunday.
Kent Carlton. Josh, what are you saying?
Like when it came out, I was like, Sunday.
How you say me? Whoa, this I'll never forget. When I learned how to play this along on the bass, I was so happy. How can I forget what you done for me? How can I forget
how you set me free? How can I forget how you brought me out? How can I forget? No, never. What you done for me? Jesus, I'll never forget how you set me free. Jesus, I'll never forget how you brought me out. Jesus, I'll never forget. No, never.
He's done so much for me. I cannot tell. Oh
He's done so. Oh.
no, oh no,
I cannot tell it all. He's done so much for me. I cannot tell it all.
He has given all my sins
Away. Tell it all.
Oh no,
Tell it all.
oh no.
I cannot tell it all.
He's done so much for me.
I cannot tell it all.
He has given all my sins away.
Way. Done for me. Jesus, I'll never forget how you set me free. Jesus, I'll never forget how you brought me out. Hey,
This is always in frame. Joshy, this is always in frame. This is only in frame on single,
hey.
right?
Never, never forget. Never, never forget. Never, never forget. Never,
Say
never
those nails aren't very sturdy. Though.
Never, never forget. Never, never forget. Never, never forget. Never, never forget. Never, never forget.
Deliver me. Not yet,
Never,
Angel. Now.
never forget. I never forget.
Not Angel.
I don't know how this goes. You're not directing me. Never forget.
Stay right there.
Never, never forget.
There he
There
is.
it is, Angel. She's back.
Never forget. See, you didn't take me out. You didn't. Never forget how you set me free. Jesus, I'll never forget how you brought me out. Jesus, I'll never forget. No,
Yeah, that's not.
Hallelujah.
This is the song I was trying to play. This is Donnie. Donnie has done a lot of things in his life, and I respect them all. But this medley is good and churchy.
The resurrection.
I pushed this nail in. You know where the hammer is, Josh?
I think Greg took it.
We got a butter knife? I ain't got my tweezers on me.
Oh, it's pushed in too far. Yeah! That's the life! That's the angel I needed. Buried
He carried my. Come on.
sins far away. But he didn't stay there. Rising, he justified. Come on, angel.
Free me forever.
Free.
Come on.
Freed me.
Come on, Kevin.
Freed me forever. Come on, Donnie. One day, he's coming back. Come on, glorious day. He took all of the tools.
Glorious day.
Buried,
Dying, he saved me. Hold on.
he carried my sins
far away.
Rising, he justified.
Free me forever.
Come on, one day.
Move. Let me see.
Let's put it right under there.
Yeah.
I was trying to pull it out, but my hands were slippery.
Well, it's not a wall.
It's also not wrong.
It's hollow on the backside, Angel.
This is so big. Y'all ain't got no smaller screws? I mean, smaller nails?
I didn't see anything else in there.
Oh no.
This man, oh.
Living, he loved me. Dying, he saved me. Buried, he carried my. Free me forever. One day he's coming back. Glorious day.
You need something with a little more surface area.
Is that go home?
Oh,
Is that new one?
what? Where did you get this from? Where did you get this from?
I thought you put it there.
No, this is the one that you said was pushed in too far. Did you just pull it out? This is what I was nailing in.
Oh, you knocked it in. You knocked it back out.
I did?
Yeah.
Rising, he just fine. Free me forever. One
knocked it back
day
in.
he's coming back. Did you knock it back in? Here, just start a new hole for that one then.
Did he go through?
No, he took it out.
Oh, you can pull it out.
He did.
Yeah, I got it.
But you can just start a new hole
It's
for
not
it.
a
Don't
true
put it
wall.
Oh, you want to put right here?
Yeah, just go ahead. I needed the one that you gave me was just so big. You needed do it at an angle. Yeah.
Okay.
You gonna hurt your finger?
No, that's glass, Kevin.
Come on! God, you need to sing me. Come on!
Free!
Kevin, move. Don't you, Kevin. Put that down. No, Kevin.
I
that's
got
how,
it.
No, that's how stuff breaks. Hit. Nail.
We needed something here. These nails are too big.
Yeah, this is not.
This is you need a tack. These ain't heavy ass twitchers. Let's see.
Send it on down, yeah. Lord, let your Holy Ghost. No, I wouldn't go. That's what she was saying.
Huh?
She was saying after we did that one. Come on. Lord, let the Holy Ghost come on. Power, power, Lord.
Power, Lord. Power, Lord.
Power, Lord.
That pin phone, that picture won't fall. No?
It's the thing that is like this, like burning. Because this thing is, you see, it's not like the other one. That's why I keep getting clipped to it.
Okay.
We need,
Power, Lord.
we need,
Power, Lord.
we need.
Power, Lord. Power, Lord. Power, Lord. Power, Lord. Okay. Don't do it again, Ranger. I think they just took it over.
Why did he justify? Free me forever. One day coming back. That's it, Angel.
A little off the wall, but once you get a screw, I mean, a
Hey, hey. One day, glorious. Hey, hey. Yeah,
Come on!
all right. With that, are you ready, Joshua?
Yes, sir. We got 3 podcasts today. Let's get it
All
going.
right, and 5, 4, 3. What up, y'all? Welcome to Here's a Timeout. I need to make an announcement, Patreon only announcement. Working on a new show. More than likely, we'll be going live tomorrow 3 times. If you're available at 9. 9, 10:30, and 1:30 Pacific.
Oh, is the show? Oh!
Okay, Patreon only. And 5, 4, 3. What up, y'all? Welcome to Here's the Thing. I'm Kev on stage. She.
That chick Angel!
Welcome to another podcast
Banger,
episode.
banger,
Smash that
banger,
like
banger.
button. Smash that notification button.
Bow, bow,
Bangers,
bow.
bangers, bangers.
Bing,
All
bing, bing,
2021.
Oh,
yeah. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today, so let's just jump right into it.
There's no church announcements?
You have any?
Nope. We're on break.
We're on
from
break
the tour.
finally for the tour. Only a few cities left. Oklahoma City when we come back at the beginning of November. Most of the Ohio's after that. Columbus, Cleveland, Toledo,
all
Indianapolis,
Ohio.
Indiana. I believe we end in Pittsburgh. Might be one more I'm missing. Cincinnati.
You finish and then I'll say.
Then after that, we're on break for Thanksgiving. And then we got Tampa for 2 days, Raleigh for 3, Atlanta, and a very long break.
Praise God.
If I go out on tour next year, if
It'll be 1 day.
it'll be max 20 cities.
that sounds.
And
Oh,
that's
hold on. 20 cities?
20
That's a lot.
cities,
That
and that'll be
sounds a
2
lot.
on a weekend. So that'll be going out 10 weekends of 52. I ain't doing this many dates. Never no more.
Never know.
Never no more. Okay, Angel.
Those of you all who are not a part of our Patreon that just only see this episode, the regular episode, please check out Seeker Baby. I'm the new host of the show. It's on Seeker, which is on YouTube, Facebook, Instagrams. Our first episode already went up. Thank you all for checking it out. And it's for people who want to know more about babies. Okay, bye.
Who are seeking.
All
What
right.
we talking about, Kev?
We
What's on
got a
the
lot.
docket?
We talked about Dave Chappelle's special a little on the bonus episode. If you're not a part of the Patreon, we didn't put that clip out. I, for one, thought it was over.
It is exhausting.
So I thought the closer was over until yesterday. I was sent a link from someone in the stage crew about it. I think I'm just gonna play the whole clip. It's about 5 minutes long. You just need to hear it and talking. Or should I play it or should I just summarize it?
It's 5 minutes is a long time.
Okay.
I'm just tired of hearing.
All right, here we go. I'll summarize it then. Dave Chappelle, watch it on his Instagram before
'cause
this.
you can see the whole
Pause,
thing.
go watch it so you hear the whole context for yourself.
Boom, that's a good idea.
Okay. Unpause. Now you've listened to it. If you don't want to take the time to listen to it, I'll just quickly summarize what he said.
Yeah.
Point number 1, he talks about getting canceled, and we'll talk about that word in a second in relation to what he's talking about. He talks about getting canceled by the LGBT community They were trying to get his special taken off of Netflix or removed from Netflix. And he said, well, it seems like I'm the only one that can't go to Netflix anymore. Audience cheers. Then he's worked on a documentary over the pandemic where he was bringing comedians to Ohio to perform in a cornfield. I think he did that one special, 826 or 846. I'm not sure. I remember the second
Them
number.
numbers.
The numbers one, which touched on George Floyd as well. But he made a documentary about that. And after The Closer was released, nobody wants to touch this documentary right now. No studios, no movie people. No one wants to distribute the special at all. He said he has no beef with the LGBT community. LGBT community.
LGBT plus.
Is that right? LGBT.
You could say LGBTQIA. You could say LGBTQ plus.
LGBT is. I don't want to say the wrong letter. And
you could say LGBT and then plus.
LGBT plus.
Yeah.
Okay. So he was saying that now because of that special, no one wants to touch his movie. He then said he will meet with leaders of the LGBT plus community, but he will not be summoned. And then which is very funny to me, I will not be summoned. If you want to meet with me, here are my demands.
Right. You'll meet at the time and place I choose.
You now summon me, I summon you. And you have to watch my whole special, and you have to admit that Hannah Gadsby's not funny. I checked out some of Hannah Gadsby's stuff.
That should be an easy demand.
Didn't want to disagree with him. So this was a very funny thing. Quick aside, I searched her name on Twitter because I hadn't heard of Hannah Gadsby before. And somebody was like, she's not funny because she's autistic. I was like, whew, we are all over the place here. And she is autistic, but she is making a certain type of comedy. It wasn't my cup of tea, but it wasn't because she was LGBT. So then he said, since no one will touch my documentary, I am releasing it in 10 cities. And then he listed those on his Instagram. So the question came up again, is Dave Chappelle canceled? Do you want to go first or do you want to hear me first?
Let me just go say what I'm going to say because I'm so just tired of it. One, let me state, because one of his demands also was to make sure you watched his special from start to finish.
Start to finish.
I have not. So that's one reason why I have not spoken on whether or not he said anything transphobic. I don't know. I fell asleep within the first 5 minutes. I chuckled a couple of times before I fell asleep. I was tired. However, this is one thing that I will say, and it's not so much about whether or not he can be canceled, is that when I woke up this morning, I saw this was in the docket, and I started researching it. The one thing that makes me go, with Dave is that he might not realize this, but he emboldened a lot of very homophobic and transphobic comments from people who supposedly support him. I'm not saying that everyone who does support him is transphobic or homophobic, so I don't want anybody to think that. But somehow, whatever he said has emboldened people who have some very strong beliefs about that community that are not in a positive, non-harmful way. And just on that alone, I wish he would take just a moment to pause to be like, now, even though, because he does not consider himself to be transphobic or homophobic. Okay, even though I don't consider myself this way, am I in any way, being the celebrity, being the influential person that I am, saying things that make people who have negative feelings about this community feel justified in their thoughts and in their actions? That's the only thing that causes me to pause and be like, hey, Dave, hey, I get it. You have your right to say what you want to, but are you doing anything that could be causing more harm to this? That's truly my only 2 cents, because I have literally not seen the special. I have no idea what he said to be able to say something that I can stand behind fully.
That's a great statement. I can't say nothing. I can't stand behind what I say. There's a couple of thoughts. One, to me, the term canceled is used as a blanket term, and there's more. This is one thing the internet has done to me more than anything. It removes nuance from a lot of stuff, right? Everything is black, white, canceled, not canceled, right? And there's not even one definition for canceled. To me, he is receiving backlash, right?
Yes.
To me, canceled is, to me, this is just my definition. And since there's not one, this is how I define cancel. People who once supported you no longer support you, right? By and large, right? You can have, there's a lot of people who just are not fans of people, not even for like stuff like an artist you like might not make music you like anymore, right? Kanye West, for example. I was a huge Kanye West fan, was turned off by his antics, but also turned off by, his music didn't hit me the way it used to hit to me. You know what I'm saying? He's made a lot of albums. There's a lot of artists who I'd be like rocking with, and then as they continue on their artistic journey, that changes. Right. That happens to people with me, right?
Yeah.
When I started saying nigga, and even with my current, not started saying nigga. The thing about it, Nick saying nigga, I've always said nigga. I just didn't say it in videos.
Right.
But if you watched All Def, I said nigga all the time. But if you knew me when I did comedy in Tacoma, my set this year is the closest thing to my first stand-up comedy journey. But anyway, my point was, people might not like me anymore. They might have joined because of the churchy stuff. And when I got away from doing that as my main thing or only thing, they're like, I don't like it no more. Like, that happens. Cancel to me is how I did R. Kelly. I used to support him.
Yeah.
Based on what he did, I stopped supporting him, like to the point where don't listen to his music, deleted his music, wouldn't go to a concert. Actually never been to a concert, but that was because I didn't have money. But even he came back, I would not buy, stream, support, when in the past I did.
Right.
People were like, Dave was canceled by the LGBT community. They don't have the power to cancel him. They're not his fans. People that canceled Dave are the movie studios. He's canceled right now. If you want to say canceled, he's canceled by white, straight, cis white men. Those are the people deciding, I don't want to distribute your movie. They're not deciding that based on how they likely feel, agree or disagree with his statements, right? They are not distributing that because they don't want to deal with the blowback from supporting him. Netflix, since that special, they have been in more trouble with people than I've ever seen.
Yeah.
They had Netflix employees were walking out. One of the Netflix owned handles, the LGBT part of their Twitter, I don't remember the name of it, but they were like, they tweeted last week, I believe it was last week or 2 weeks ago, I'm not sure, BRB walking out, right? So their employees were walking out. The Dear White People showrunner was like, I'll never work with Netflix. That's a cancellation. I would not work with your company again. But because Dave can self-distribute the film, and his fans will more than likely come and see it because, when people feel like they're getting canceled, a lot of fans double or triple down in support of them. So I'm certain that he will sell a lot of tickets. So I think it's more nuanced. He's like the baby, the way that the baby had shows, and because of his statements, he didn't have shows. That's not a cancellation. That's to me, that's consequence. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a business consequence. The people who are hiring you don't want to deal with the public's overall disdain of you or dislike for you or just the blowback or whatever. And I think that's what he is facing. And if you watch his whole special, basically what he was saying is he doesn't have this is what he was, well, let me, I think I understand. Let me say this clearly. I spend a lot of time on Twitter. A lot of time on Twitter. These topics come up all the time on Twitter. Where Dave lost the LGBT community was at the beginning of his special. He said, basically, trans women aren't women, genderly, right? Once you say that, people who are trans, that's it. It's like saying, it's such a strong thing that they disagree with. They're not going to listen to anything else you're saying. Nothing else matters. It's like saying I don't exist, right? And another thing that the community says is, it's not like saying Angel drinks coffee, I don't like coffee. What happens what people are often saying in this community, this is just me repeating what their complaint is. When you say trans women aren't women, it increases the actual violence on trans women. And they end up, people like hurt them, hit them. If people find out they're with them, they attack them. That's what they're saying. So they're like, you're talking about stuff like whether I make a joke about something that doesn't have real life consequences. But statements like that, to your point about emboldening them, what they're saying is when you say stuff like that, it increases violence to these people and they end up dying, right? So what he was saying later in the special, which is because I had only watched like the first half, like you, we had a flight and I didn't have time to finish it. But later on, I wanted to hear his whole point. Later on, his point was it wasn't about the LGBT community to him. It was more how you can be, it's basically his problem with white people. Essentially what he said. My problem is with white people because you can be white and racist still, and I'm not really mad at you, and you basically can't say anything to that community. And a lot of people, like you're saying, they feel like you can't even joke about LGBT plus people, and everything should be up for jokes. And their thing is like, yeah, jokes that don't lead to us getting
dying.
killed.
Yeah.
Literally killed, not figuratively, like the violence. So that's why those groups, this is not a one-time conversation. It's like saying black people don't exist. That's how they feel about it. And they're not going to go sit down. I don't know how much will be, how much progress he can make in one conversation, because it's a very nuanced thing. If you feel like I can make a joke about anything, people are like, yeah, but your jokes end up with people like me getting killed, then it's not going to be funny. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to equate it to race issues because I don't want to conflate them. And there's also black LGBT people, and that's an issue that came up a lot. Like,
right. And I saw it in the comments. They were like, it's not his responsibility for emboldening people, but we literally just experienced 4 years of someone's comments,
right,
emboldening people who were quietly racist.
Yeah,
that were like, well, I'm about to be out here in these streets acting god dang on fool.
January 6th.
Absolutely. So while I don't fully equate LGBTQ rights as the same as black rights, I do equate all of them as human rights. So, and while that I'm not a person that is a member of that community, I can still look at, because I'm telling you, I was looking at comments on this on a site after the post of what he had said, this whole, you meet me on the day and time I say, 75% of the comments were homophobic. They weren't just, I stand with Dave. They were harmful comments to that community.
Yeah.
Like, and I was just like, I'm sorry. Again, I'm not saying that Dave is homophobic or transphobic. Right. I'm just saying those people who are feeling like they're his hero right now. And I'm like, is that the place that you actually are trying to be in? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think a lot of people who like comedy and the art form of comedy feel like nothing should be off limits. I saw this kind of unrelated, but somebody was talking about how comedians complain about you can't say anything anymore. And they put a news article up about when blackface started falling out of favor, and a white dude was like, oh, you can't do blackface anymore. Nobody he was like, basically he's arguing was like, all these blackface comics were doing great, and now there's no blackface acts. You really can't say anything anymore. And I just thought it was interesting that throughout history, stuff that used to be funny isn't funny no more. Yeah. Isn't funny to everybody. Right. And what's happening is, back in the day, right, and this is what people often say, back in the day, we used to be able to joke. Yeah. But Bernie Mac said, for example, about his kids, at the time he said that, no one batted an eye. Right? We've said this before. He could not make that same set without consequences if he said it today. Oh, right? Yeah. I'm not even saying he would. I'm just saying, and this is kind of what Cat Williams was saying. He was like, the art form for comedy, and this is just a difference in ideology from fans and comedians. Cat Williams was like, the part of the art form of comedy is knowing where the line is. Yes. And navigating it, right? Even outside of stand-up comedy, in movies, Rush Hour, when Jackie Chan said, "What's up, my nigga?" Yeah. You can't make that joke right now, right? Yeah. And I thought the way they set that up, when I first heard that, I was like, that is funny. right? Curb Your Enthusiasm. Larry has some episodes where he says, nigga, they're probably about 10 years old now. Even those, I ain't gonna hold you. I was like, that's funny.
This is hilarious.
But the more close you get to the line, it has to make sense. Like the person Larry was talking to, all that type of stuff. Feel how you feel, but I thought it was funny. But you can't get away with that. You can't get away with that with no consequence now,
Right.
like you could then. And I think that's what people were like. A lot of people, and here's the thing: when people say I stand with Dave, they could be meaning different things.
Right. And I'm not saying that you can't support Dave in his views and also not be transphobic. I'm saying I saw transphobic
No,
comments.
I agree with you.
I saw that. People are like, you compare, Dave is not Trump. You just don't want to listen. I didn't say Dave is Trump. I'm
Right.
saying the actions are quite similar.
Yeah.
And the fact of the matter is, I agree. I don't think he's canceled. There are people who might choose not to watch him currently, and they'll choose other comics to follow, comics that don't have them feeling some type of way about their sets. And I think we have a right to do that. And Dave can just reap the consequences of that. Like if this is the hill he wants to be on, he could be on this hill. And studios might not want to work with him. That's a choice that he is making, it looks like, with a clear mind.
Absolutely. And I think the cancel thing is a funny comedian. Sam Morril said this. He was doing a riff thing on crowd work, and he was like, tell me something and I'll make fun of it. And somebody was like, Dave Chappelle being canceled. And the guy was like, Dave's not canceled. He just got paid $20 million. If Dave was canceled, he'd be playing here where I am right now.
That's where the cancellation is. But yeah, no, I mean, it is so. That's the thing. When you're a Dave Chappelle, you can do certain things, but there are so many other things that people can watch. That's the whole thing of streaming. Just like with Script, there's so many different books you can watch because you can pick books based off of whatever your mood
You can watch
you're
them
in.
books.
You
Usually
can
people
watch
read
them.
them.
You can watch the books. You can
Usually
look
people
at them
read
real
books.
strong and just see what happens. So Script is like the largest library digitally. So you are able to just have millions of books right at your fingertips. And it's all from a very low monthly subscription. And I'm talking about ebooks, audiobooks, magazines, and more. We actually use Scribd in our home, especially with my son Marcus, who is in middle school. So he has book reports all the time. And we are very conscious in our household of making sure when he has books, we're finding books that have Black protagonists that are either from Black authors because we want him to be well-versed and knowledgeable about other Black creatives. And Scribd, makes it so easy for us to be able to do that because not only are you able to search for books, they also recommend books based off of what you like. So I love a good Black fiction. Not always romantic, but I do love a good comedy. Based off of that, they're able to recommend books by authors that I might not have ever heard of, or just books that I didn't even know were released. Which, when you think about going into a library, real physical library, and walking through trying to find something, sometimes it can be really fun. Other times it can be very daunting because there's just so much out there. And Scribd makes it so that you can continue your love for literature, but it's so much easier. So with Scribd, you get access to the largest digital library in the world right from your favorite device. Automated suggestions and hand-curated picks make choosing your next book easier than ever. Easily switch between titles, genres, and formats from the app, and discover must-read new work from celebrated authors like Roxane Gay, Charles Yu, and more. Premiering exclusively on Scribd. They also have sheet music. I remember mentioning this before. If you are like a pianist or a musical theater lover and you're like, I need to get the sheet music for this audition, go to Scribd. They got it. All right, this is what we want you to do. Right now, Scribd is offering our listeners a free 60-day trial. Go to try.scribd.com/thing. Excuse me, let me say thing so you understand. It's not thing like chicken wang, but chicken wing. Thing. For your free trial. That's try.scribd.com/thing to get 60 days of Scribd for free.
All right. You can't see what Josh was doing behind the camera, but he is being funny. So Insecure just dropped.
Yes.
The first episode. I first want to say, well, actually, by the time this episode drops, we are doing a review of that. Bald and the Beautiful.
Yes.
Yes.
We're reviewing
Cross the
every
globe.
episode
On
of
Angel's channel.
Insecure. So by the time this is up, you will be able to watch this. Patreon will watch it real time. We're shooting it later today. This part we're taking out because we want to focus on the show for that show.
Yeah.
But this part came out. Now, Insecure is always a timeline chaos show.
Yes.
It always brings Black Twitter together and arguments about stuff. Molly, they're almost always about Lawrence and Issa, but Insecure always leads a trending topic. And it did again in episode 1. But this one was not about the show per se, but Tiffany. Tiffany is the character played by Amanda Seales. The group went to Stanford because Issa was, or Issa D's character was, or the character Issa D was speaking at Stanford.
Yes.
And they all went to Stanford for the weekend. And Tiffany, the character, is an AKA. And she was wearing the AKA colors and the letters.
And I think the shield.
And the shield. So people were going to Amanda Seales' page and be like, oh, I didn't know you were an AKA Soror. She was like, I'm not an AKA. Tiffany is an AKA. It was like Jamie Foxx joke.
Spoiler. We're not going to give you any.
Oh no, we're not spoiling the show.
Any plots. No.
Yeah, this is not spoiling the show. She was like, it's like Jamie Foxx joke. This is my line. Okay, this is your line, because LL Cool J got mad and punched him. He was like, we're acting. So anyway, she was like, no disrespect. I am not an AKA. The character is. And on the internet, Twitter, Instagram, the Greek community, some members of the Greek community were upset. I saw one tweet in particular that kind of started the fervor, at least on my timeline. She was like, I know she ain't wearing my shield, not my shield. And then it just blew up into, do you, I saw another dude was like, they should have hired a real AKA to play the actress. And people were like, so should they hire real doctors to play doctors? But as the resident Greek, Angel, because I'm a GDI.
Yes, you are.
Okay. Josh is Hispanic.
Latinx.
He's Latinx.
I mean, he could be a member of a Black
He
fraternity.
could. I did not know that. You
I
don't.
plan on going to Howard.
Oh, he would have definitely been a little pretty boy Kappa over here shimmying with his man bun.
Not his man bun.
Yeah.
But as a Greek, Angel, please enlighten us to your feelings.
It was so disrespectful for them to put her in the letters and the shield. Pop, tap, pop, pop, pop. I don't see anywhere where the sorority gave them permission to use the letters or the shield. Everybody's like, but Tiffany, the character's the AKA. Tiffany's not a real person, so no. AKA does not have imaginary people in their sorority. Delta doesn't either. SGRO doesn't. None of them do. And while the character can be associated with the sorority, I think there could have been more creative ways than to just blatantly use things that the sorority hold near and dear to them. She could have, I think they use frogs. I don't really know that much about
Frogs?
Like, we use elephants as like.
Oh, the animal.
Yes, the animal.
Got it.
I don't really know about other sororities.
No.
I'm just gonna be honest. So
Which
if
one do you know about?
Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. That I mind my business, and that's the business that I know about.
Incorporated.
I don't know
You gotta-
anybody else's business. But the fact of the matter is, it clearly shows that nobody who makes decisions on this show belongs to a Greek letter organization. That's literally, I don't think they meant any disrespect, but it is, in my opinion, disrespectful. This is one thing I know about Delta.
Yeah.
You can't sell nothing with the letters on it without their permission.
Yeah.
You can't use any of our stuff and sell it or use it without direct permission from national chapter.
I don't think they did it without permission. I don't think, if you were telling us yesterday that the symbols are same trademark like McDonald's. To me, and I've read that they got permission from the, I can't
I'm
think of her
waiting
name.
for AKA to say it.
Okay, but from what I heard, because I can't imagine HBO would just, especially Black, they would know. They would have to ask permission.
HBO, you don't think would just do something that
No.
Black folk
I don't
wouldn't
think
like?
I don't think Issa and them would do that without the organization's permission. To act, if they didn't have permission, they probably would
This
have
is
been
the
repping
reason
Thetas.
why I would
Thetas.
say
Thetas.
that they did, because that's easily how you hush and shut everybody up.
How?
we got permission from you all sorority to use these letters. That's how you shut everybody up real quick, because ain't nobody bigger than the grand chapter of the sorority. So if you say, oh, no, your president said, by all means, please allow the character to wear the letters and promote our sorority. Ain't none of these people said it.
And I wonder if by the time this actually comes out, this episode, if somebody either admits or denies permission granting or whatever.
Right. The damn thing is, nobody should be coming for Amanda. That's just stupid.
No, yeah.
There's no reason to
Her,
come for
and
Amanda.
her point was, and that was another whole topic of like, basically industry people were like, y'all watch so much reality TV, you sometimes forget that some stuff people are acting, right? They actually, Amanda Seals put some funny things on her Instagram yesterday. She was like, when people who don't even like me are defending me. And she put all these tweets of people being
I saw that.
I don't even like Amanda Seals and y'all got me defending her. I'm trying to find this article. Melissa had sent me something that said that the Greek organization gave them permission.
Angel, with a safe way to do that is not do it at all,
I would say you could just use other things
or like generalize it.
Yeah, well, because we already knew her character was an AKA. That's something that they mentioned multiple times throughout the season. The Chanel pink and green dress they put her in, another clear sign, oh, this is a person that more than likely is an AKA. The step further of putting her in a cardigan with the letters, with the shield, I don't feel like helped the character. And then it drawed attention to something that really didn't. It's caused bad attention to something that didn't need to have bad attention. They could have literally put her,
It's
listen.
just wardrobe change.
Yeah, it could have been that simple. I have a lot of stuff that is like Delta affiliated that doesn't have Delta Sigma Theta on it. Like the shirt I wore on Howard's campus said, I'm black mixed with crimson and cream, established in 1913.
Right.
Nowhere on there did it say Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated.
So she could have got away with wearing something like that.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And the fact of the matter is, if you take it back to Spike Lee, who went to an HBCU, who did a whole movie about HBCU, he created two very fictitious but had like qualities of different fraternities and sororities to be able to put a lot of focus on that life without feeling like he was blatantly disrespecting any specific fraternity or sorority. But I think what people are missing who are not Greek is that, like, it can sometimes feel like people are trivializing your sorority or your organization when these are some of the oldest organizations in our culture in America.
What is Delta?
1913, I think Alphas are 06, AKAs are 08.
Oh, wow.
So it can feel very much so like you're trivializing it. And I think that's what some people are kind of missing a little bit, while people are like, the audacity that you would do this. But no, does Amanda deserve to be dragged? No, she's an actress that showed up and put on wardrobe. If I were in Amanda's shoes, being a member of Delta Sigma Theta, I've been like, we got to go back into wardrobe. I've been like, I don't feel comfortable wearing this.
Would you have not worn it if they were like, this is what you would have not worn it?
Just like if it were something that was just a black issue, right?
Yeah.
And if I said, I don't feel comfortable wearing this, and I would be able to stand on my 2 feet and say it as an actress, be like, I'm not going on camera like this.
Really?
I would feel the same way regarding these organizations. I'd be like, no, I'm sorry. I get what y'all are trying to do, but we gonna have to give me a little Ivy sparkly pen. I'll wear that.
Would you wear the pearls?
I'd wear the pearls. All of the sororities have pearls. I'd wear the pearls. There's a lot of things that they could have done to kind of skirt this backlash. And I feel as though for some millions, Amanda ain't getting paid millions to be on this show. Somebody said for millions, Angel, I would still do it, because it's not that, you can't tell me her wearing that sweater is a deal breaker for that show. Meaning, if she said, I don't feel comfortable wearing this, you're fired. If that's the case, then y'all have lost y'all's goddamn on mind. Everybody here has lost their mind.
Would it go as deep as if you were written in a show as an AKA, not being an AKA?
Say it one more time.
So like how her character was written in through all the seasons as an AKA.
Yeah, yeah.
Would you go through that casting knowing?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I would play an AKA. I would just be like, I just don't feel comfortable wearing their letters or using any of their official stuff. I would not feel comfortable wearing it. Now, if they were using it in decor and they had permission from the sorority, I'd be like, well.
So if it comes out that they got permission, because Issa said one of her tweets was, if you're mad, she was like, oh snap, let me tell HBO to delete this episode and the other ones coming.
I know.
So
She don't care.
Yeah, if you find out that the organization actually approved it, like if they make a statement, because I was looking at the person who's the head of the AKAs. She doesn't post often on social media. I imagine she's very busy. I didn't see anything. But if it comes out that they actually got permission, would that change the way you see this? Ain't nobody talking to you.
Hush.
I would be like, wow. That's what
Would you?
I would say. I just can't imagine Delta ever doing that.
Well, because it's not supposed to.
But you
letters
wouldn't
never
have no
supposed to
say
be
so,
on
right?
camera.
Oh, you guys-
No, I wouldn't.
I stepped all over
Go
you.
ahead.
I was just like, I'm a talk.
You looked at me, eye contact. I'm speaking loud.
No.
No, I mean, because letters should never be on camera, right? Or represented like that.
No, like I've seen like on the Steve Harvey show, he had and him and Cedric the Entertainer, when you went into their like apartments,
Yeah.
they had up their fraternity shields.
But they're in though, right?
Yes, they're both members. Cedric's a Kappa, Steve's an Omega.
Yeah.
But you know, certain people just hold their letters in a different regard. I would be very shocked if Delta was like, go on ahead.
And if
use
they did,
that
would you be
whole
mad?
thing." Would I be mad? I would just be like, what's y'all doing? I've been like, then y'all need to let us start selling our stuff then. If y'all able to sell it, then we need to be making some coin as well. But the way they make us treat our letters, the way we have been taught to when we wear our letters, how we are supposed to behave,
Yeah.
to when we say that we're Deltas, what we are supposed to represent, I would be very shocked if the sorority was like, please, by all means, let this fictional character, who we have no idea what you all plan on doing with this character later on in the season. She might be out here, slob on my knob, out here in the streets making money. Go right ahead.
GDI, Angel, people in the chat don't understand what it is.
God dang independent. That's a person who just decided that they didn't want to be a part, or for some reason weren't able to be a part of a fraternity.
Oh, I thought it was individual.
Some people say,
Independent? Or
yeah, some people say individual, some people say independent.
it means you're not Greek. You are just
Regular,
beneath.
there's a person living in the world.
But do you think those GDIs are beneath you?
No, I think everybody has a right to choose how they want to go about. I just don't understand how people don't understand why other AKAs would be upset about that character. When people are like, I don't get it. Why are y'all upset? I'm like, why? You know, you couldn't just show up and be like, I'm playing a character right now.
A lot of times people don't know. They don't. The thing about it is if you
didn't grow up in it.
I didn't grow up knowing anything about Greek culture at all. Literally, I grew up in El Paso and on military bases. I didn't know about Greek culture until college. And I was like, huh.
Yeah.
Nah, I look like Phaedra on that. Like, I didn't know. And I didn't know how serious, man. I was at a show one time and a comedian was killing. It was at a Greek show. And by this part, I knew, right? Because I had bombed at that Greek show. And that's when I realized, I don't think I should do this if I'm not Greek. I don't understand the world enough to be in here. Somebody who's Greek should do. That was just me personally. But I knew enough from that show that this is their sounds, strolls, symbols. I'm not doing nothing. He was murdering this. I mean, killing, absolutely killing. He threw up the hooks.
No.
And it was an all Omega event.
Oh.
I thought he wasn't going to get out of there alive.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like, ha, we will kill you. They went from laughing really hard to, I fear for your safety. And I knew when he did it, I was like, oh no, oh no. Oh no.
Why'd you do it?
I mean, he had to cut his set short, and I almost said one of the names. The person who brought him in was like, "I'm gonna take you to the hotel.
let me
go
get you where you're going right now."
Really pull up on you.
Yeah.
And it was a whole bunch of old cues, and they was like, "Well, I'm gonna hit you with my Walker, but I'm gonna hit you."
Right. So it's not so much about the character, you guys. I don't want y'all to think that. It's more so about showing respect to the organization and just feeling as though only people who are actually a part of the organization. I'm not talking about fictional characters, because we have everybody who is a member of these sororities or fraternities has a social security number, has been actually born out of a person's body in real life. These are not, we don't just make animated characters or characters for television and then be like, you pledge.
Yeah.
It's actually a real thing. So I can understand why people are offended. I find it disrespectful. But if the sorority gave them permission, then everybody can hush about it then.
Well, apparently deltas were used in a show called 911. Did you hear about this?
Being called something on TV and wearing the letters are two different things to me.
So are y'all saying that they use the letters, not having a delta? The issue isn't with her being an AKA, it's with her actually.
Now, Angela Bassett is a Delta.
Is she?
Yes. She's a member of my
character?
illustrious sorority. Are you referring to Angela Bassett? I also was on Fox's 911.
That's why I didn't know if it was you, Angel.
Heard it's a good show.
Oh, so she wore the shield and she's a delta. It don't matter because the argument is Amanda not being a AKA and wearing the shield, not the shield being worn.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, well, there's that.
I don't know who it was. You all are going to have to show me what y'all are talking about.
Is Angela honorary or?
Yes, she is.
How does that, is that the same? That counts?
You said, well, tell me more.
How you get honorary?
I know it's Greek to you. You don't understand.
It is Greek to me.
I mean, you should be taking Babbel if you want to understand and learning. Learning about it and learning other foreign languages from your own device. Listen, learning a new language can feel intimidating because you're just like, now, what did you say? Now, what did I just say to you? You know what I'm saying? I definitely... as I have learned Spanish from a young child and then tried to incorporate it into my adult life, I get so confused with the conjugation and trying to figure out, did I put it in the right gender? Did I do masculine or did I do feminine? It's so much. And then trying to get it correct takes so much time and commitment. What time I got? What time do I got? Huh? And then what does my accent sound like? Do I sound like someone who is a native speaker, or do I sound like a black girl from Kentucky with Baltimore U's trying to speak Espanol? Espanol, okay. Well, thanks to Babbel, the #1 selling language learning app, the whole process was addictively fun, fast, and easy to, sharpen my Spanish. Whether you want to learn a new language for an upcoming trip or as engaging new hobby, Babbel teaches bite-sized language lessons for real-world use. This is what I want y'all to know.
What should we know, Angel?
I had a really bad experience in Cuba, okay? Won't be going back. And it did make me very nervous about world travel after that. And that's because I was like, I don't know. I want to be able to understand what people are saying around me so that I can be safe. Well, Babbel has opened up that door for me to travel again and feel safe because I know that I can converse with the locals and have some sort of understanding of what they're saying to me. Babbel's 15-minute lessons make it perfect to learn a new language on a go. Other language learning apps use artificial intelligence for their lesson plans, but Babbel lessons are created by over 100 language experts. Their teaching methods have been scientifically proven to be effective. With Babbel, you could choose from 14 different languages, including Spanish, French, Italiano, and German. Plus, Babbel's speech recognition technology helps you improve your pronunciation and accent. There are so many ways to learn with Babbel. In addition to lessons, you can access podcasts, games, video stories, and even live classes. Plus, it comes with a 20-day money-back guarantee. Start your new language learning journey today with Babbel. This is what we want you to do. Right now, when you purchase a 3-month Babbel subscription, you'll get an additional 3 months for free. That's 6 months for the price of 3. Just go to Babbel.com and use promo code SK. That's Babbel.com, code SK. Babbel, language for life. And listen, as we go through life, things be a-changing, okay? I was over here, my knees was all sore last week. I couldn't do my twerk at the beginning of my set.
You was an OAN.
Oh, I surely was an OAN. I was like, oh, Lord. And I was like, you know what you did wrong, Angel? You left your ritual at home.
You did, Angel.
I left my ritual multivitamins at home and I wasn't able to give everything I could give, right? So if y'all don't know what Ritual is, it is a clean, vegan-friendly multivitamin and is formulated with the highest quality nutrients and bioavailable forms your body can actually use. So this is what you ain't gonna find in no Ritual multivitamin. You're not gonna find sugars, GMOs, major allergens, synthetic fillers, and artificial colorants. Plus the fresh taste and delayed release capsules design makes taking your vitamins easy. Now, I done told y'all this before, okay, about these vitamins and what makes Ritual amazing. One, your body knows what's going on, okay? Just like if you were driving a car and you all of a sudden put syrup in it, the car ain't gonna know what you're doing. It's
It ain't gonna know,
apart.
Angel.
It's gonna fall apart. We talk about putting that high octane, okay, in your engine. That's what Ritual is, because they're using quality ingredients, not a bunch of synthetic mess that your body is like, I don't compute. What is this? Also, that delayed release, baby, that's where the money is. That's where you getting that premium, because you absorb nutrients in your intestines. So these little cheap vitamins that people be taking, they be falling apart in your stomach. So guess what you ain't did? You ain't absorbed not nan nutrient. But because it's a delayed release and you get that thing in your intestines, your body is like, ooh, what is that? Vitamin D, zinc, vitamin B, what? Thank you. That's what Ritual's doing. Having your body say, thank you very much. Multivitamins should contain key nutrients and forms your body can easily use to help you fill in gaps in your diet. Because listen, we all got gaps in our diet. I don't care if you Miss Vegan USA or if you are Keto Kevin, right?
Keto Kevin.
You gonna have gaps in there, right?
That's me.
Like my bottom row of teeth, Miss Gappy. Okay, so
You got
Ritual.
gaps?
Yes, I got gaps all.
Crazy.
I no, we not doing that. They like
ain't
this
never
though.
known.
They like this. They spread apart. But Ritual is like, let's fill that in. Ritual is like that tray that you use to straighten out your teeth.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. And it delivers high quality nutrients, including vitamin D3 and just 2 daily pills. Your multivitamin is delivered to your door every month with free shipping always. You can start, snooze, or cancel your subscription anytime. And if you don't love Ritual, within your first month, they'll refund your first order. So this is what we want you to do. Get key nutrients without the BS. Ritual is offering our listeners 10% off during your first 3 months. Visit ritual.com/crew with a K
Crew with a K.
to start your ritual today.
All right. So,
Moving on.
not moving on just yet.
Please.
So, I just want to give you the context. I was researching while you were reading.
Please. Thank you.
So, on the show 911, it wasn't Angela Bassett wearing the letters.
Oh, please tell me
It
who.
was an actress named Pepe Sanuga. Forgive me if I mispronounce it. She's playing a younger version of Angela Bassett. She is not a Delta. She's a Nigerian American. This is a whole argument on Twitter in 2019 when the episode airs. Some Deltas were upset. They were actually it looks like some were upset that she's Angela Bassett was honorary. But be that as it may, she's still a Delta. But the actress who wore the letters was not a Delta.
Give me her name.
Pepe.
Spell it.
Pepi.
Pepi.
Okay. Last name Son.
Sanogu. I didn't.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Sanuga. It looks like-
Sanuga.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see a picture of it. There ain't no pictures.
No, I couldn't find the image from the show. Google was like, boy, don't nobody care.
I want to see the picture from the show to see if they did an exact replica.
No. So the people who are watching were like that. She is wearing the letters, and apparently it was the original author deleted the tweet, but there's a whole thing.
I want to see it.
Watch the episode. Oh, dang, I can't see the episode. But anyway,
I'm gonna watch the episode and I'm gonna come back to y'all
come back to us.
because I could legitimately say I saw Amanda in the letters. There was no question in that.
Hold on, I might have found an article. Hold on.
Show it to me. Show it to me. Show it to me. You can't be mad at honorary members. That's the sorority.
No, they weren't mad at her. It wasn't Angela Bassett.
No, you said some people were mad that Angela is honorary.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what you just said.
Yeah. Some Deltas were mad. That's what I was going to ask you. Is there a hierarchy of undergrad, grad chapter
I mean, people can have it in their mind, but no. Legitimately, no.
to you, or other people do have hierarchy?
To other people can have it in their mind that there's a hierarchy.
Yeah.
But if you look at our rights, rituals, our bylaws, honoraries, there is a hierarchy. They are honorary. They're held in higher esteem.
But they didn't necessarily have to
No.
cross.
I mean, they did, but it's different. It's different. They are honorary not because of their, interest in the sorority. It's their work that they have done in the what is the word I'm looking for? All the things they have accomplished in their career. The sorority is saying, we hold you in high esteem and would like to make you an honorary member.
Got it.
There's there is truly, other than that, like, nah.
No? Okay.
Yeah, other than that.
Okay. So this is interesting to me.
Thank you. Contributions to society. Thank you. Somebody said it. Appreciate you.
Facebook basically admitted a couple of days ago, yesterday, not only the part where we talked about a couple of weeks ago where that they didn't really stop harm, but a much more dangerous thing for them. Young people, by and large, are not using Facebook. Their own data is saying their demographic is basically old and getting older, and young people see Facebook as the place for old people.
Facts.
Yeah.
Which is very problematic for the company to say that, right? So I thought Facebook was dead 10 times.
They said, we're not going to die.
When Instagram was popping, they were like, bet, we'll buy that. And Snapchat was popping, they were like, bet, stories. And their plan has always been, if we can't beat you, we'll make something kind of like what you do. So they try to do the same thing with Reels and TikTok, but
We'll buy the company that you're using.
yeah, they tried to buy Snapchat. Snapchat said no. I don't know if they had enough money for TikTok, but Facebook was basically like, we're kind of in trouble because if you don't have young people on your app, you don't have growth. Old people just get older
Oh, and
they're not being
die.
replaced.
I mean, that's the circle of life. They get older and they perish. The fact that on Facebook they have a thing, I just saw it for the first time. Your memorialization
Page.
Yeah, like what do you want to happen to your page when you pass away? I was like, ew.
They asked you?
Yes, you can set up what you want your page to turn over to once you
Who tells Facebook you died?
I guess people send it in. Hey, they ain't
Oh,
here no
Facebook
more.
probably read the wall like rest in peace. Like, oh, you
Is
probably
this person dead? Yes or no? Check.
probably. Listen,
Yeah, it means thank you,
Facebook for me. Facebook's smartest thing is buying other companies. If they didn't have Instagram and WhatsApp, they would be a dinosaur
But they be having so much money.
because they buy them other companies that are killing it. And I mean, they get so much money from advertising. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Politician, and that's what I was complaining about a couple weeks ago. As a regular person, I if I want to market the Kevin on Stage Studios app, I have to pay. Facebook will suppress if you advertise for free.
They're
what
like,
you-
get out of here.
What you think this is? No, algorithm is gonna smash that. I only use Facebook to upload to my page, but scrolling wise, I'd be like, man, what do y'all be talking about over here? First, y'all be weeks late on stuff.
My sisters are very active on the Facebook. They be like, I sent you the thing. I tagged you. I'll be like, where? They be like, on Facebook. I'll be like, now y'all know. You wouldn't look at the year of my last post. Not even the month. Look at the year of the last post under Angel Lakita Tanksley. I don't even wish nobody happy birthday over there no more.
My grandma, my mom, my dad, they be on there. This is my grandma on Facebook. I seen your little video. Okay,
Your little video.
this is my grandma on Facebook. I try to write. They writing on my wall on my personal Facebook page.
Yes.
That thing been dead for
No, it
a
ain't.
year. My
It
personal
ain't dead
Facebook
to them.
page.
That's what I'm saying. No, it's not dead to them. That's where my family like, I tagged you. I'm
My
like,
mom be mad. Why don't you ever answer me back on Facebook? On Facebook?
yes.
Why don't I? The
Yes.
notifications have been off for that for literally 7 years.
Some hackers took over my mother's account.
I'm wearing.
They got Mama Dorothy?
They got Mama Dorothy.
Your mom's a computer engineer. She
That
can't
is-
fight it back.
Oh my God. The two do not marry. The social media and programming computers, no. I could do a whole nother Babel transition. It is not the same language at all.
I am wearing a Nehu t-shirt on my Facebook profile picture.
It's wow.
Nay who?
I can't tell you the
Joshua?
last time I checked it, other than for uploading content. For
Yeah,
like,
for
us.
uploading all the time.
I have not scrolled Facebook in at least 4 or 5 years.
I can't imagine going to Facebook and getting my news, but that's why I be like, America. There's so many different Americas. If you are spending a lot of time on Twitter, you be one way. A lot of time on Instagram, you be one way. If you spend a lot of time on Facebook, it be. And I can almost always tell by posting one video on those different platforms. One will be backlash. One will be this what I'm talking about. One will be I don't know what happened. What is Facebook be like? What's Insecure? It's a television program.
They'll find out about this argument in like 2 weeks.
Yes, they're still arguing about Dave Chappelle's third special.
Stop it.
Like the close. This is like his 7th one.
What I like about Facebook is that you can have personal beefs with people. Unlike what it feels like on Twitter, it'd be like other people jump in on other people's beefs. But on Facebook, you can have legitimate beefing with that one person, do like sub post, like kind of just
Yeah.
digging at
Or
the
take it
person.
to their
Facebook is.
wall.
Yay.
They still have
Facebook
the
is
wall?
harder to lie about who you are because people who really know you be like, nigga, what are you talking about?
Right.
Hilarious.
I'm gonna pull up on you at the barbershop. Twitter, people be creating full-on personalities of lives they wish they could live.
Oh, yeah.
On Facebook, they be like, you work at Maxway.
You can't make a Fin book. A Finsta book.
Oh my God! Did you see that Finsta
Finbook.
thing when the senator was asking the person from Facebook about Finsta and he didn't know what
I
Finsta was?
stand with him to end Finsta.
He said, "What are you guys gonna do to stop Finsta?" And she was like, "What do you mean? It's one of your products, the Finsta." She was like, "No, it's not it's a fake Insta." Yeah, like Google, Yahoo,
But for
Finsta.
privacy, well,
Listen.
actually, she was like, but for
Listen.
actually, it's good for kids to be able to have Finsta so they can hide their identity and people can't creep on them.
Yeah, but no, because the kids were complaining about the Finsta. She was looking at him like,
What are
"Do
you
you
talking
understand
about?"
what you're saying?"
Imagine that kid's like grandchildren just like, duh.
What's up, cool kids?
What?
You and your Finstagrams, huh? You over there uploading on Finsta?
Finsta. Get that Finsta down.
You-
It's of the devil.
That's why I be like, politicians, there got to be an age limit.
There's got to be.
I don't want you to be in office if I wouldn't want to drive behind you.
There's got to be a mediator for that.
Yes.
Nah, sir. This is just it's not what you're asking.
How you grilling somebody and you don't know that Finsta's not a real problem? The kids is creating them Finstas, so y'all are allowing it. She was like, no, you don't.
Wait a minute. It reminds me of my husband getting on Lil Marcus one year. He had gotten in trouble. I already knew why he got in trouble because he was playing tug of war on the bus with someone's jacket, right? Or his jacket. So Lil Marcus and his mumbling self, I said, Lil Marcus, tell your daddy how you got in trouble. And he's like, I was playing with my tug of war with a jacket. Big Marcus said, who's Jackie? Who's that? When I tell you, I crumbled.
You're supposed to be in a parenting moment.
Who's Jackie? I was like, no. That's not what he said. He was like, he said he was playing tug of war with a jack. He said, oh, okay. Just like, you can't recover trying to yell at somebody about something and you got it all wrong.
Your response has to be in that tone regardless of what's happening next. You right? Oh, Jackie. What's Jackie's last name?
Oh my God.
Who's Jackie?
Yes. Who's Jackie? I mean, he laid down. I was like, crumbled. I couldn't even try to be like, that's not what he said. I was just in tears. Lil Marcus saw my face and the big old dimple came in. I was like, it's over, player. You ruined it.
You got to retire for the night. Whatever punishment he deserved is off the
It's
table.
off the
You can't
table.
lead in with, I don't know what I'm talking about. Who's on that Finsta with Jackie? Go to your room and I'm taking Finsta off your phone. It's not on my. Take it off.
Take it off.
Let me look in the Apple store. You been going to the Apple store getting apples? You know we don't eat apples in this family.
And delete Jackie's number.
Delete it.
That dang Jackie, tug of war with her. No, Jacket.
Jacket.
I don't care about a full name. You worry about a nickname.
Right. Naming these kids these stupid stuff. Apple. blue jacket. All of it's dumb. Who's next? Coat.
Is that an ad or you just?
No.
Okay. I was like, this show brought to you by Coats. Warm, you want to be. I'm cold. I don't trust you anymore. You said, is that Greek to me? I know this podcast has ads. I'm well aware. I don't check which ones we have for the day, and I be trying to be focused on the conversation.
Good.
And that's how I doggone get jumped in.
You stupid.
I want to say something. We went to dinner last night for Danny's birthday, and I'm going to just say this. Marcus and Greg, they drink manly drinks.
You gotta say it like it manly.
Marcus made a post yesterday.
It was brilliant.
It was because, first of all, let me explain something,
Go ahead, 'cause
Joshua.
I got 1 cent to add to this.
Let me say something because Josh be drinking manly drinks too. Okay, I started drinking late.
So did I.
I don't. Let me say my
You're
stuff.
not even late yet, Josh.
Joshua, you're 13 years old. You really shouldn't be drinking. Period. I started drinking. I think I had my first drink at 29. Right.
Okay.
29. So I didn't grow up drinking. Okay. Literally. Oh, actually, I had a sip of my grandma's Seagrams that she had.
Your grandma's drinking?
Yeah, I didn't know. I thought we were saved. She had a Seagrams behind a big back TV. Boy, me and my brother sipped that. About burnt a hole through my chest. Thing been back behind that TV all the time. TV was on. I don't know
love
what she
that
had.
gin now, don't
Oh man, she had some Seagrams for her personal communion stash. That was her private reserve communion. So anyway, but we started drinking for real, and I was 29, first time. So I was talking to Greg about this before. I was like, why do you be drinking old fashions and stuff? Like, that don't taste good. He was like, well, you know, as a man, you learn to. I was like, how do you actually ask him, how do you drink that without making a face? Because I be drinking a whiskey. I be,
Have you had Manhattans? You might like, really? It's sweet.
nah, boozy. It's too heavy on the strength.
It's too heavy?
Too heavy. So anyway, we're at dinner last night, and Marcus and Greg order old fashioned.
No, Greg ordered old fashioned. Marcus ordered liquor on the rocks.
Oh, that's right. That's what he had. But they have the short glass with the big ice, the one ice, because I don't want my liquor diluted. I had a gin and juice.
Yes,
okay,
you did.
I had a gin and juice. They brought it out really frilly. Okay,
They put the flour in
they
it?
put a cucumber in.
It was a little lime wheel or something
The
on the
thing
side.
that sold me out was the tall glass.
Yes.
Tall
yeah.
glass always gets you out of
It's
here.
cocktail.
It's the skin tea
It's
glass.
the skinny glass, okay? You know, so Marcus takes a picture of him and Greg's drink and then mine. It says, Knife Bros. Which one do you think is Cass? Oh, everybody just had to know that mine was the thing. But I have one rule. I don't drink stuff that tastes terrible.
I agree with you,
know,
Kevin.
I respect that.
Kevin, I agree.
don't care what you think.
I agree, Kevin.
I don't want to pay, especially in LA, $14, $8 to $14, depending on how ritzy the restaurant thinks it is, to sit up here and look like I'm enjoying this.
Exactly.
No, I want the ones that taste like candy. I like it. Okay, or I want a G&T, right? But I didn't feel like that today. I only get the gin and tonic when it looks like nothing will be good. But if they got like if they got pineapples in there, I'm all in.
Some handcrafted cocktails.
Yes, pineapples, rum, Saint Germain.
I had a lush lemonade, even though I did not like the vanilla. Sometimes people get a little crazy.
Oh, yeah, that's too much.
I was like, vanilla in my lemonade. Bleh.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, and gin and juice was what Snoop was drinking.
But but it didn't
He
look
was
like
on
that.
gin and juice.
But it was like in a cup.
But what does it matter if I'm drinking Greg was like he whispered to me, or no, Marcus was like, what you got to do is you get them that, but you tell them bring it in the small glass that nobody knows. I don't care if you know.
Well, we know that you don't care.
I don't care what you know. You see me out on a resort, I got the full pineapple. I put the flour in there, the umbrella. Strawberries on top. I want to hold the pie.
Well, that's because you don't subscribe to toxic masculinity.
I'm not trying to be a man. I'm already a man.
You're like, I don't have to try. I
am a man. I don't care. I'm not doing manly stuff. Now, Marcus and Greg aren't either. They really
That's
enjoy
just the stuff
the thing
they do.
that bothers me is how do you enjoy that?
Oh,
right?
no. Marcus really, he'd be like, oh, babe, this is amazing. I'm like, that liquid acid that you just threw down the back of your throat
If
was
Marcus
amazing.
could drink pure wood.
I think
if
so.
you could put wood and
Oh,
whiskey in a blender,
Here's the thing with drinking like straight liquor, right? You're always looking for the smoothest version of it that doesn't burn as battery acid would. That is that's your version of comparing liquors, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, this is smooth. This is the smooth one with
Yes.
a little rock in there.
Yeah.
Always drink it on ice because it cuts the burn.
because we're burning. But
Yeah.
why? Why are we burning?
I don't know. I think they like the pain. I think it might numb whatever they're going through. And you know what it is? It's the trauma they've been through.
Yes.
That's what it's got to be. Anytime I see somebody drinking harsh whiskey, I'm like, it's trauma.
Just-
you need Talkspace. And Talkspace is here to help you really make some things happen in your life, to process trauma, to get you to drinking fruity drinks like Kevin. That's why Kevin can drink fruity drinks, is because he has been doing self-work.
Oh, I thought you were going to say because he's fruity. I was like,
No, because you have been with therapists working on yourself. That's why you can enjoy
That's why.
pina colada with no type of shame about you.
No shame.
All right. So listen, mental health is what we talking about right now. Okay. And hiring a professional to help you with your mental health should be a no-brainer, because you ain't about to have, if you were working on your heart, you would not be like, hey, mama, what you think about this? Cut me open and figure it out. No, you're not. You're going to get a licensed medical doctor. The same thing with your mental health. Listen, your friends might mean well. Your mama, your daddy, they might mean well. But if they are not a licensed professional, honey, they might not do well by you. And that is why Talkspace is such an amazing platform that will allow you to have a positive impact and life-changing things happen, because you are able to open up to a licensed professional that's not going to judge you or treat you any differently, but really help you reach the goals that you have for yourself. At Talkspace, your privacy and security are their number one priority. That puts you in a private room with just you and your therapist. Send messages 24/7 and get replies throughout the day. No need to wait for a weekly appointment. So at the end of the day, you guys, we here at Here's the Thing do not want you to put your mental health to chance. We really do want you all, as much as we love that you all use us as an escape from sometimes the lives that just be pissing y'all off, we do not want you all just to trust us or anyone else that does not have the credentials to really help you get to where you're going and get yourself in a good space. And that is why we are so happy that Talkspace is a sponsor of this podcast, because they really do have the staffing and the professional therapists that can truly help you in whatever spot that you're in. So, talk to someone who's trained to help you and make lasting progress. Join Talkspace today and start moving forward with a single message. Just visit Talkspace.com and get $100 off your first month when you use promo code CREW with a K.
Crew with a K.
At sign up. That's $100 off at Talkspace.com. Promo code CREW with a K.
Crew with a K.
Hell,
And again, I'm not saying Marcus and Greg are not who they are. I'm just saying there's a lot of, especially when I was at All Deaf, all these people would be like, man, I feel like that's what men like to drink. As a man, you have to. No. Me and Melissa order 2 different kind of fruity drinks and then see which one is better.
Yeah, I can never drink any of Marcus's drinks. He'll taste mine and he'll be like, oh, no, that's good. But I cannot.
And then he goes back to drinking purified still.
When I tell you, he loves it. He loves these melted pieces of mud that he would just tar and ashtray smoke. That's what he just loves it. I mean, it's always been him. He ain't never. Well, no, he used to drink vodka.
Vodka?
When he was an F-boy, that was his. That
Is he
his
reformed F-boy?
Yeah, he's not an F-boy. I mean, but he was he was a honest F-boy before. He was. I don't
One thing
want
about Marcus is.
Oh, the honesty is there. He'll be like, I don't want to be in a relationship. But this situation,
Yes.
no, do what Melissa did.
Oh, my God.
Oh no. Oh. No.
I don't know if I've ever told this story.
I think you have.
Have I?
Yeah.
I didn't tell Angel then.
The photos, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, then I won't tell him.
No, don't tell everyone.
Anyway, this is a pretty cool thing. So in Louisiana, this high school in Louisiana, they had 23 students were arrested for fights in 3 days, right? So a group of black fathers
Come on.
created Dads on Duty.
Yes, they
40
did.
dads who take shifts at the school.
Come on.
There hasn't been a single incident at school since the dads showed up.
You know I would
there's some
cry
video
every
here.
day if I was a child at that school. I'd be like, if y'all see my dad, thank y'all for showing up for me. Thank you.
Josh, just show the video here so you can see the fights in the dads. It's so funny because these big black men,
They big.
they big and it's like a whole bunch of Marcus's, me, Tony Bakers.
Yes. Oh, imagine if y'all did that at a high school.
Oh.
Them kids would be they would have such great days.
Yeah, and the thing that I loved, if they didn't come in there with laying the hammer down.
Yeah.
They were going there with dad jokes and positive, just being, positive. Hey, you on your way to class?
Yes.
Okay, Bray, I see you little, what you call it? And then they hit him with a dad joke. And some of these kids were Hispanic. And they were like, look, man, I love them. I ain't got my dad in my life.
Absolutely. It's, you know what it is especially because this is a high school, right?
It's high school, yeah.
We adultify kids in high school a
Oh,
lot.
my God.
And
the system does even more than people.
Oh yeah. So you got these black boys that are being treated like they're adults when they're kids. So to have people there who are personally there just so they feel like a child again
Yes.
is just, I feel like something that they're not going to be able to receive any other place.
Absolutely. Somebody in the chat said, can you imagine 40 black men saying, who is Jackie? Who is you? Who's tug of war with Jackie? I heard you went over there with tug of war with Jackie. No, it's Jackie. Huh? Jacqueline? No, Jackie. Oh, okay. That's what it been.
Yes.
Marcus would have been over there at the Dads on Duty.
100%. Marcus would be out here calling kids by the wrong name. What you mean your name? I've been calling you Louise this entire time. It's been Lisa. Why did you say something? You need to wear a name tag.
Louise.
You need to wear a name tag is what you need to wear.
Oh, that's hilarious, man.
Yes.
They could probably be in there. Visual of Marcus calling somebody Louise.
Louise. Yeah, that ain't a name.
But it was so dope to see this. I low-key, I didn't cry, but I love the imagery. Somebody in Patreon said they was all there with all that dad weight. Yeah, man.
Oh, they were biggins.
That's-
You hear me?
Them fathers was fathering.
Oh, yeah.
They was out here. Oh, yeah, we been on that grill. I came right off that grill, came down there. I got to work about 2 to 3. Yeah, I came up there last year, but I got the brisket.
Oh, yeah.
That brisket's smoking right now when y'all get off class. I'm going to bring you some brisket tomorrow.
They had the dad shuffle, the waddle. All right, now you get to class. You walking so fast, girl. They had that
That's how
waddle.
you was walking down them stairs at the Washington Monument.
Because there's so many stairs. Why he up that high?
Yeah,
So many
God.
stairs. No, that was like one of the dopest things I've ever seen. And the imagery of it being black dads also, I think makes a whole nother huge difference. And then I bet you feel safer at school.
Well, let me tell you what. This is sad. This is the internet, right? So I found this. I saw this on Twitter at first. Then Angel also was like, "Hey, did you see this?" And it started going viral. Yeah, pretty much viral. So then on Twitter, which inevitably happens, and I was just like, "Boy, you can't have nothing." Saw some people like, "Oh, y'all just love this." Black people, you just love this. Schools enforcing the carceral state. Yeah, that's what you think. Oh, you love, black men, and all they do is they representing the guards. You see, 'cause when them kids get to prison, they got the guards patrolling, and now you done enforce the children. They got the prison to pipe, school to prison pipeline. You understand me? You got the guards, and we applauding that. And I just was like, boy, you can't win.
Oh, no.
On this here internet, you can't win.
No,
The
there's
media loves to tell us that black men are not present. They're there. These men done, went to work or split work and figured out how to man that school with regular jobs.
Yes.
None of these people, they ain't no nonprofit. But it's always gonna be somebody gonna be like, I don't get it. I don't
Be
like
like,
it.
shut up! You shut up! That's what you want to be like sometimes. Obviously, one thing doesn't fix every single thing, but then what do we do? Give up? Because homeschooling is not the option in my house. You talking about prison to school to prison pipeline, except for I'm the one in prison. I am the one going to prison.
That was one of the funniest things when the home team had their cinnamon roll bake-off, and I was in my feelings. We was in our feelings. Angel was too.
Oh, yeah,
Joshua
still in
was
them.
too. We was in a green room that was about half the size of the room we're in now. And this room looks very big. It is not.
Right.
And Marcus was like, Kevin, I am in elementary school. I am in school all during the week. While y'all are out flying across the world, I am in third grade.
He's in first grade.
First grade. He was like, I need this.
Yes.
That's why I would listen. Pandemic and all that, I get it. I needed them schools open back up.
You said open. Y'all open? Y'all
That-
open? Because they here.
Man, I meant to do this video, but Isaiah has showed us where he got 10 out of 10 on his math thing, okay? He sent the actual test paper where he got 10 out of 10. Let me see what this breakdown was called. Okay, this boy was doing, the question says, solve the system with 3 variables by Kramer's rule. I said, who?
I've been
Kramer
like,
from
so first,
Seinfeld.
I was gonna say, first of all, I don't watch Seinfeld, so this is racially biased. They asked me about the Martin theory, and I'll give you something.
Who is Kramer and what is his rules? I mean, this
rules?
question, it is x plus 2y plus 3z equals -5.
Jesus.
3x plus y minus 3z equal 4. -3x plus 4y plus 7z equals negative. I'm looking at this like the answer, if it say equal and something else is on the other side, the answer there.
The answer.
Why y'all, what you want me to solve? When I write equal, the other side, that's it.
That's the answer,
3
please.
plus 7 equal 10. That's what you, why I need to give you more. Why y'all got letters in the numbers? Who is Kramer? Why is he variable?
Yeah.
I looked at this and I don't know. I'm just like,
Wait, I really Kramer. I don't remember that.
I need to make that video.
gotta
I was
look.
literally like, Kevin, I don't know what is happening. I was like, good job, son. I see how you carried that Y over.
I see.
You carried that Y with, which you solved that out.
You
Okay.
solved- This-
I remember the last time he told me, he said, and I literally was frustrated. He was like, I need some help. We're working on imaginary numbers. I said, why we got to add imaginary stuff?
That's what it is. It's
We
that
got
I.
real problems.
They
I don't
said,
have time for
That's how you know it's white people doing
I
this.
don't-
They're like, we are doing great. Let's create some imaginary problems.
what
Right?
you-
That's
Why y'all
the
work-
privilege.
So I look up the Googles and it say imaginary numbers are numbers that don't exist.
Yes.
Then what we solving it for? Then what are we, why?
I'd be like, speaking in tongues on there because that to tell them the spirit will give them the answer. The answer is Shandiarabo CTI plus 3.
Did you see that church video that Matthew Hudson made?
No.
I posted it the other. You did see it, Angel.
What I see?
This,
Run it and will say,
Oh,
"Yo,
that was so
get over
good.
my, that's thank you, beautiful.
this video.
Run it and will say, get over my,
Kevin,
Angel?
I know you were just one suit tie away from being that guy. You cannot tell me you weren't.
I don't know why he didn't have a shirt and tie on. If you want to be real about, why aren't you wearing shoulder pads and a Steve Harvey suit with
Come
your
on.
jacket down to your ankles?
Yes.
Where have you been to K&G? Have you went down to Penny's? You got your Stacey Adams, your Giorgio
Got to have
Brutini?
on your Stacey Adams.
If you don't have Stacey Adams money, you got to have Giorgio Brutini. That's
Come on.
Stacey Adams' little brother. That hey, you ain't ready for Stacey money. You got to go to K&G. You got the gator with the.
Wait a minute. I knew I was going to tell you something on today's podcast, Kevin. Oh, watching that. Okay, so there's a thread that I started underneath your original post.
Oh, yeah.
Which was like, this is why I didn't marry a church boy or wouldn't date a church boy. And Yvonne Orgy was like, oh, this is giving me the Lord told me you're my wife vibes.
Yeah.
Me and my sister both, 2 separate occasions, had men basically tell us,
God told you you were my wife?
I was 16 the first time it happened to me. 16 years old.
Already?
Yes. 16 years old when this was told. He went and told my mother. Yes, I am dead serious.
Such a
my
church
sister
boy
Melissa. He was a. My sister Melissa, this happened. She wasn't even at the church. It was Bible study. I was in the sanctuary. This man stood up in the sanctuary. He said, Minister Moore, I want you to know the Lord told me that your daughter is my wife. And she was like, first of all, what daughter are you talking about? And he was like, Melissa. I went to the back. I picked up the phone. I said, Melissa, this man saying you're supposed to marry him. She was like, what? When the dude, I don't mean to put his name, but I'm going to put his name out. He should be married with kids by now. His name was Drashe. When he did that to me, first of all, he thought I was older than what I was. Because he was 20.
Lord Jesus.
He thought I was older than what I was.
Well, the hairstyle you showed us.
Come on. I was
The
already a
half up,
mother
half
of the
down.
church by the time I was 15. I had peppermints in my purse. My mother said to
The
him,
white diamonds.
listen, this
The
is
white diamonds threw him off.
my mother said to him, this is what I think shut him down. She said, oh, my daughter's your wife. She said, well, obviously she's not of age. And if she's your wife, that means you won't be dating anyone until she is of age. Because why would you be dating other people if
The
you know
Lord
who
didn't
you're
tell you
supposed
this was a crime? When he was telling you this, he didn't tell you that this was a criminal act? Because I feel like the Lord probably ain't going to send you down to jail.
He was like, when she's like, first of all, she's 16. He was like, she's like, so if she is your wife, if the Lord told you this, when she's of marrying age,
Wait, Angel, what he said? She was 16, what he said?
it was a big old gulp. Like,
She's 16 years old.
she was like, so you won't be dating anyone for at least 2 years.
Clearly.
Because why would you have a girlfriend if you know who your wife is? She said, and then when she's 18, then we can have another talk if the Lord tells her the same.
Why? God never talks to the women, apparently.
Oh, no. Apparently, he don't got our number.
Why God never tells the women who the husband is, that the same person. Now, women have said, the Lord told me you're my husband. In all these stories, the majority of them, God never tells both people the same thing.
Oh, no. The Lord told me Marcus was my husband before I met him. So I knew this dude wasn't. I was like, you don't even, nope.
The Lord told you Marcus was your husband?
He told me my husband's name,
Marcus?
Marcus Anthony.
Did he tell Marcus you were his wife?
No, I told him that. Let me help you along.
See, the Lord never tells both people.
It would have been too much.
Marcus would been like, who's Jackie? No.
No.
You're marrying an
I said
angel?
it's Angel. Huh, who? The angle of this is right. I measured. I measured twice, cut once, Lord.
I told her, I'm gonna speak for the Lord. You ain't really. I've been more in tune.
Yes.
Listen, you trust me on that.
Trust. No,
Well,
I know what I'm talking
I'm
about.
gonna tell you why them church boys say that. No other game. Don't nobody teach you how to have game. God is our game. That is the whole thing. The same way the God of Abraham told me.
Yes.
That's all. God. What if God told me? Then you will like me.
Right.
No, I ain't. Hey, what's up? How you doing? You know, blah blah blah. Listen, I didn't have no game either. Zero.
Did you ever hit Melissa with?
No, I
God
knew
told-
enough to not know that was. I would kill myself if God had to tell me, and I can't get you on my own. It ain't strong enough for me. I just stayed around her a lot. I was a grow on you type of person.
You like
I never felt comfortable being like, "Hello, you are."
You like
Sorry.
I'm a rash. Don't worry, it's gonna get bigger and bigger. You gonna be
Listen,
covered.
I'm gonna just keep being in your classes.
What class you got? She's like, it's all about menstrual cycles. Yeah, sign me up.
Yeah, I know
wanna
about
learn.
that. Menstruality 101. I'm all in there. Listen, look, Erica Alexander Patreon said Kev wore Melissa down. Absolutely. That was my game. I wasn't hey, praise the Lord, how you doing? Listen, what you doing after third period? I had nothing to bring to the table. I had a bike and a big smile. I had to work on you.
A bike and a big smile.
Listen, Larry David, one of the episodes after he got divorced, he went up to a woman, he said, I'm not a cool guy. Okay, if you're not busy, I like your face. I would want to see it more, maybe with food or a drink. If you would want to spend time with me, I never felt confident with the cool lines guy.
A cool lines don't typically work. I mean, I couldn't take people too aggressive. It would make me, so that also, the God told me you were my wife, way too aggressive for me. What is my name? Do you know my name? At least, yeah, no, I I'm sure that is something he still remembers to this day. And he should apologize, actually. DM me and be like, I'm sorry I did that to you at 16. Had me a nervous wreck all the time.
I don't. People are saying Urkel energy. I didn't say all that. No, I didn't say all that. I just did. I said my game was. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna be around and be funny. I said funny, not Urkel. I wasn't like Laura. You know, I was very popular. Okay, remember that?
Kevin was popular.
I was. Okay, remember I was. Y'all didn't know me yet. Mm-hmm. Okay, okay, what up, man? I was. Hey, come on now. Don't.
Hey, you're like, hey, now listen.
Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all misunderstanding.
He's like, no, I was Stefan Arkell.
Yeah,
I was not
Stefan Arkell.
Steve Urkel. Nah.
When Diddy said, "What's your name? What's your sign?" I was like, I'll try that. But also, we can't do signs because it's devil worship. So I'm just gonna say, "What's your name?"
What's your name and your birthday? What is your gemstone? maybe that. Put a little twist on it. Make it a little more heavenly. Yeah, but no, that whole aggressive church boy and any of the aggressive energy always made me go. Marcus, his way of flirting was clowning me, and it worked perfectly.
When we started doing the Bald and the Beautiful, when y'all would make jokes about each other, I said, "Oh,
that's how we."
Oh
started.
my gosh! Last night at dinner, something very funny happened. This woman came to the table. Woman came to the table. Me, Marcus, Tahir, and Greg is all sitting on this bench, and then basically our wives are on the other side. Mm-hmm. So Marcus has his back turned to this woman. Woman comes over, taps him on the shoulder. He turns around. Hey, how are you? This is my wife, Angel. It was like one motion. Yes. Hello, Angel is my wife. Nice to meet you. And to him, let me hold your hand, baby. Listen, Angel, we have our 4 children. Pleasure to see you. Amar got to be picked up soon. This is my wife, Angel. I love her. Amen. How are you doing in this restaurant?
Marcus said, excuse my French. He wanted to be like, hey, so this crazy mother is my wife. Because she gonna go off if I don't say her name.
Angel! Tahir was like, me and Tahir was like, oh no. Because we saw her before you recognized. And we was all like, oh, good, Marquez. Good. Yeah. We was like, Family Feud, good answer.
Good answer.
I never seen it done in one. He didn't finish. Hello, how are you? Good. Hello, Angel. It's my wife. Meeting to you. Also, hello, woman. To you. Seeing my friend and my wife is an Angel. I love her. About 14 years. Yeah, 14 years. I know you was about to ask how long we've been married. 14 years is the answer. 15 years. This is actually my turn to plan the vacation. We go off and on. Each year we go off and on.
He was like, Angel, you remember there was a person that worked at my job. We worked there. She remember I told you she quit right before I retired. You remember? I said her name once. It's spelled like this. You remember? Huh? You remember? No, I don't remember. I don't.
I have been Marcus before. Hello, actress from program that I casted. Nice to see you. Are you still acting in programs? This is Melissa. Remember, I cast this woman in this program. You see this woman? Let me pull up the video. She played this role. Here, this is the woman.
This is the woman. Somebody said the lady must have been pretty. She could have had one eye, one tooth. I don't care. Does not matter. Anybody that feels that comfortable to put
that double tap?
Their hand on my husband. I need an explanation. Fast.
All right. That's it. Thank y'all for watching. We love you. Yes. We will see you. Patreon, we will be going live Friday for the bonus at 11:30. Later on, we'll do the Love Hour. And even later on, we'll do the Bald and the Beautiful. Today, I think we're Love Hour probably in about 30, 45 minutes. Bald and the Beautiful, I believe, is at 1 Pacific.
Today?
Yeah.
Yes, it is at 1.
1 Pacific.
Mm-hmm. So there will be spoilers on that.
There will be spoilers on that. So either watch Insecure before or don't watch that until you've seen Insecure.
Absolutely.
Spoilers.
The whole time.
Spoilers. God bless you. God seeing you. Keep you.
Wow.
And God told me you were my wife.